Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel, my beautiful collective. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. Thank you so much for joining me. So today's pick a card is going to be a transformation occurring within you. And we have an actual pick a card out of a deck we're not incorporating in this reading. So it'll specifically be just for your pick a card. So we're going to look into how it started, this particular transformation, how it's going, what still needs to be integrated, and obviously getting a little bit more info and insight into that information. So collective of pile 1, this will be your choice. You have number 18, the moon, with moonstone. Pile 2, 9 of swords with black onyx. And pile 3, Ace of Cups with cobalt calcite. So my lovely collective, take a moment, see which card is calling to you, and I'll see you at your choice. Welcome my pile 1s who chose the moonstone with the moon. The two cards that are underneath here are going to we're going to look at those after. However, we're going to start with the tarot. We're using only one tarot deck today. It's a new deck I have. All the cards actually in today's reading will be new decks. This one is called The Lost Forest. And we're going to look into the first portion, which will be on this side, which is the how it started, and this side will be how it's going. We're going to start off with those two first. 6 cards per side. Let's get started, pile 1. What transformation is occurring within my collective of pile 1s? Okay, my loves. Pile 1, on this side over here, how it started, you have Temperance first in the reverse. Two of Earth, Two of Pentacles. Death in the reverse. Three of Oceans, Three of Cups in the reverse. 5 of Earth, 5 of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. What I'm getting first about how this particular transformation that's occurring within you has started, it feels like some sort of emotional breakup. So whether that was a relationship, friendship, work dynamic, just a community, it feels like there was what I want to say almost lack of understanding or lack of empathy, compassion, etc. But it definitely had to do either with a group of people, or they're telling me like a group of emotions. That's interesting. But I'm really getting like an emotional separation is what I'm feeling. This is sort of the catalyst as to why this transformation or how this transformation began. So then we're going in, because this Temperance and the 3 of Oceans over here is making me feel that very strongly. And then you're stepping into this 2 of Earth and 5 of Earth energy. So I'm feeling here, if something was out of balance and we're trying to, again, juggle or figure out what's going on, and again, it feels like there has been a lack of empathy, not from you, but from the environment or the energy. That is what has sort of propelled you into this transformation. And this, again, this 2 of Earth, figuring out what's going on and not understanding how to juggle, how to balance, how to figure out, how to clarify. something just doesn't make sense. That's the feeling I'm getting. And this being left out, again, Three of Cups in the reverse makes you feel that. Five of Earth definitely will make you feel that. Sort of pushed out is more of the feeling, though, that I'm getting. Rejected, quite literally, in some capacity, and you're really trying to understand what the F happened. It just... That's why I'm like, there's this death energy, like there's something that's ended, but I feel like for you, because you don't understand kind of what happened, it's still playing or lingering for you. And that's that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, where something's not quite complete naturally. It's like you're either trying to get a new chance at this or to, like I said, clarify, figure out, but mainly it's to understand what actually happened. It feels like a either ghosted, gaslit, or just, yeah, like literally just ignored. This is so interesting, pile one. So yeah, I feel like that's the gist of how this started, how this transformation started, was because of this particular event, or this emotional separation or dissatisfaction or confusion. And something is not quite completed yet when it comes to the cycle of that particular energy. However, there is something within you that is transforming because of the realization of how this event actually unfolded or transpired. Interesting. Let's see how it's going then. We'll get more info if I feel that this side doesn't really lend to each other. So we have Strength, Ten of Skies in the reverse, Ten of Swords, Queen of Oceans, Queen of Cups in the reverse, Two of Oceans, Two of Cups, Ace of Earth, Ace of Pentacles, and the Mystic, which is the High Priestess in this deck. Off the top, I think it's going great. That's what it feels like it's going. It may not feel that way, but I feel energetically it's going great. With the strength of will, or the strength to choose yourself, the strength of your worth, that's the better way to put it. The strength of your worth, my love, has allowed you to give that love to self in some way, or you have chosen to give that love back to self, especially with bringing the conscious to the unconscious with the moon. You know, the shadows to light, in other words. And this is sort of the energy. So maybe you're feeling now like this was a blessing, that I can let go of this type of emotional bond and create a better bond, to strengthen a better bond with that Two of Cups underneath Strength in the way that I want. Let go of the doubt of these backstabbers, that Ten of Skies in the reverse, and plant new seeds with that Ace of Earth and what I want to cultivate, what I want to grow. Be more mindful of who I'm giving my emotional energy to, who I'm giving my love to, who I'm giving my time to, with that High Priestess being a lot more, I want to say, particular and selective about about how much, I would say, not who, more how much you give and choose to give to certain people, energies, etc., things in your life, because it feels like you have a very gentle and loving, honest, innocent soul, and it feels that compassion and ability to forgive that is within you tends to be manipulated or pulled. I want to say pulled. I won't say like misused per se, but it feels almost like they stretch you so far, almost to see how far you'll give. That's the feeling. Again, this is an exaggeration, but it may not be for some. And I feel now, like how this transformation is going for you, like you have understood where you may have been giving up too much of yourself in scenario situations, but it really does come from an emotional place, is what I'm getting, like an emotional situation. The moon, the ocean, the cups energies here, and that earthing, you know? So my lovely, the transformation that's occurring within you is beautiful. It's on an emotional level. It is strengthening your clarity of will. It is bringing, like I said, the conscious to the unconscious, shadows into the light. You stepping into your power and into your knowingness is really what it is, of what you deserve, what you'll no longer tolerate, and using your forgiveness in a different way that lends to the compassion of either somebody not ready to receive information, not able to see how they may impact or affect their own life. You know, there's something that you are just really genuinely giving to people who may not know how to give well and just take. And I think now you've really, really, truly understood what that means for you in the way that it plays out in your life. Interesting. I love that. Okay, I'm just going to shove this over a little. Okay. Excuse me. So we're going to look at we're going to get 4 more cards to find out what's still being integrated currently. So first card that came out is the 3 of Fire, 3 of Wands. Then we have the Sun in the reverse. Then we have the Ace of Skies, Ace of Swords. And then we have the Ascended, which is an extra card in this deck in the reverse. This is beautiful, pile 1. So what's still being integrated is you finding out, what would be the right word? You solidifying in the direction that you'd like to move now, with all of this information and transformation occurring. Wanting to make a plan, ready to go after something, not wanting to make a plan. The plan has already been sort of internally or innately set, but it's about the action steps on how to go about it or how it's coming to you. There's something about waiting for the right time here with the Sun. It's like the sun's about to rise, but it's not just ready yet, hence it still needs to be integrated. And what I feel like the integration needs, what I feel the integration is for you is about clarity in your actions. How are you going to now live by this new set of principles, new set of rules, this new ascension energy? We have to sort of, I feel like Spirit's saying the plan for you to move forward needs to be solidified within your spirit so that your action steps are very clear, because it is bright for you. This ascension is happening for you no matter what. But how bright or how smooth that transition might be depends on the clarity of your choices, the clarity of your actions based on those choices. And will you adhere and stick to this new change and transformation within you? Will you allow the full process of the ascension to complete? Or will you they're giving me like waiting too long almost for something to come to you. So there is something that you have to do, like legitimately, physically, literally do, besides all of the other work that's being spiritually integrated. I love that. And underneath the deck, you have the 9 of Fire. Yeah, it's like complete the cycle, my finish what you start card, right? Complete the cycle, my love. So whatever that is, like I don't know what the full completion of that cycle may be for you, but there is a sense of don't allow yourself to rush through the end part of it, or maybe even for somebody to rescue you in a sense. not in a full capacity, but I mean, like, this is not the, it's the best way I could describe this. It's like waiting for somebody to offer you the help. It's almost like you just ask for the help. It's more that, like, there's something that you have to legitimately do. Just ask or just take the step. There's something about that that's practical. And that's what they're focusing on. I love that for you, 𝗣𝗏𝗏. Okay, so let's really get a chance to see what this is really about. Because I'm telling you, I was telling you that this is feeling very emotionally based, relationship based, energetic exchanges, bonds, etc. Let's see. Teaching. Lovely. This is teaching you. This is what this was really about, my love. This was all to teach you about yourself, to teach you about how you want to move forward, to teach you about possibly some of your self-sabotaging behaviors or things that you may have accepted about yourself, allowing you to see the root cause of certain situations, allowing you to evolve and mature past those preconceived beliefs of self and worthiness. I love that. That's what this, how it started, was teaching you. This, how it's going, it's perception. Absolutely. It's teaching you to change your own personal perceptions. Teaching you to adjust them as you learn and grow and develop. Also allowing you to bring your shadow into your light and your light into your shadow. Again, bringing the conscious to the unconscious, bringing the unconscious to the conscious. And again, about that ascension, that ascended energy. Body, mind, soul, the Trinity. It's teaching you how to blend and, what's the word? It'll come to me. I don't know why I can't think of it right now, but there's a scientific term that I can't think of when they're like, when they separate blood, you know, in that machine where it separates. I can't remember where it separates the different elements or particles of the blood. I don't remember if I'm using the right terminology, but that's what they're showing me right now. It's like, you know how to separate and then blend them back together. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's beautiful. I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry if I confuse you. I will find it somewhere and write it out somewhere here. So this is what this transformation, my lovely, is really about. It's about teaching you about your own personal perceptions. How are you altering them? What are you highlighting? What are you hiding? And what are you now healing? I love it. Amazing. Okay, my beautiful collective, to close off your messages, we are going to get some angel numbers to see your frequency numerologically. So, how you started. 99, I am courageous. This is how you started, my love. It is time to get to work on the realization of your soul's mission in life. You have a higher purpose in this life that is yours and only yours to fulfill. Unleash your true power. I am courageous. Boom. That's how it started. How it's going. 4, I am stable. Perfect. You bring stability and rationality to any situation. You are the rock, and your hard work and perseverance make you a dependable friend, partner, and colleague. I am stable. Yeah, it's almost like you figured out, like, I'm not the problem. That's quite literally what I think that you discovered. And I think maybe before you always thought that you had to adjust, that you were the issue, that you had to be the one to only change, the only one to change, excuse me. You know, and now you're like, I'm not actually the problem here because I'm doing the work. You know, even in my areas where I have been a problem, you're not the problem. You know? Okay. And what's still being integrated? Woo! You have, oopsies. Number 21. I am inspiring. You are highly creative with a strong will to succeed. Your imagination is highly charged. It reveals itself in everything you do, from your sparkling conversations to your most prized projects. I am inspiring. And that's what you're doing, my lovely. That's what you're still integrating. So your courageous energy has led you to be stable, and you will be the inspiration for many. I promise that. Underneath the deck, you have number 24, I am generous. Yes, you have a heart of gold, and you are very skilled at maintaining balanced, stable relationships. Now you will be. You will be. You are loyal to your loved ones and are able to be the nurturer, protector, provider all at once. I am generous. Like I said, a beautiful, loving, emotional energy here. Very generous in spirit. Like I said, you gave a lot. And now you've recalibrated, my love. You are recalibrating. I feel like you already have, because this is, how it's going. And you have only just a little bit here. It's about clarity of action for you to continue moving forward, to finish or complete this particular teaching, this particular lesson. Oh, my collective of Pile 1, I hope that was helpful. This is really fun. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, ciao. Hello, my beautiful collective of Pile 2 who chose the 9 of Swords and Black Onyx. So the shamanic healing cards we are going to look at the very end of the reading. We're going to use one tarot deck for your reading, which is all the cards in today's reading are new decks. It's going to be, this deck, is called the Lost Forest Tarot. So on this side, we are looking into how this particular transformation that's occurring within you started, how it's going on this side, and then we'll get some more information, but that's where we're going to start. All right, my lovely collective of Pile 2. What transformation is occurring in Pile 2's life? All right, my collective of Pile 2, we are looking on this side over here first. And you have the Hierophant, the Ace of Earth, Ace of Pentacles, the Sun in the reverse, Five of Skies, Five of Swords, Seven of Earth, Seven of Pentacles, Judgment in the reverse. Pile 2, what how I'm feeling this particular transformation that's occurring within you right now, I don't know how to word this. It almost feels like you learned something different, or you were given a new perspective, or I don't know, like literally feels like information specifically. You were given information, whether that be through study, through research, through word of mouth, through however else, it feels through doctrine, I even just heard, through religion. It feels as if, I don't know if it was an opposing view of yours or vice versa. No, it's either an opposing view of yours or something that you just didn't think of before, or somebody or something brought to light, this piece of information brought to light something about yourself that you didn't recognize. Like there's, I don't know how else to word this, Pile 2. What I feel is like you had this sort of held belief or tried and true and tested method of being, approaching, thinking, etc., however this plays out. And then this nugget of information, this practical advice, this something was given to you, and it sort of like made you go, oh, or oh. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. It flipped the script on you. It made you want to replant something, to restart something, retry something, redo something, rethink something. it feels, it's like when you get an answer to a question that brings on 1,200 more questions. And now you're like this curious kid, it feels like, that's like really eager to find the answer, or find if this works, if this method works. There's something very interesting about this transformation. And if we're going into the Nine of Swords here, and this is overthinking, possibly anxiety, and we're going into that black onyx, which is a grounding, protective stone against, naysayers, manipulators. So I don't know. I don't know if you've been in your head about something else, or if that altercation or situation occurred where you felt that way and you're like, oh my God, this is what I was talking about. Like, it's almost like you got a full tangible, practical display of something that you were like theoretically thinking about. It's, for hypothetical example, if you've been thinking about, your most, this is easy for me to say because hopefully most people want love in their life. You're looking for your ideal partner, you have all this in your head, and then you're out about your day and you see this couple that, like, it's the epitome of everything that you think that you want, right? And then as you're observing this particular couple play out their everyday life as you just watching, you're like, oh, this is what I'm missing, or this is what I've missed, not necessarily what I'm missing, but what I've missed, or this is what I don't know how else to describe it, but there's something that, like, you get to see it somehow, or it's given to you, like it is a tangible thing, my love. That's the best way. I hope I'm describing this okay, about how this transformation started. So it feels like that's part of the catalyst of the event. Like whatever that thing is that was given to you, information, somehow you received something that gave you some sort of understanding, clarity, or curiosity to further inquire. It's very cool. Okay, let's see how it's actually going for you right now. This transformation, we have the Lovers in the reverse. Two of Earth, Two of Pentacles. Ace of Swords, Ace of Skies. Five of Earth, Five of Pentacles. The Moon. And Six of Earth. What this transformation feels like, how it's going, it feels like you're re-examining your relationship to certain things. So whatever this discovery that you found here, it feels now is that now you're re-examining what that was, like how that played out in your life, how you're playing it out now, meaning like how it played out in your past in your life, how it's led you here, what you now can do to, let's say, change those particular outcomes because you are now more aware of a particular something, So what I feel this is about, my lovely, it's you being able to choose more consciously from a place of true sovereignty. There's a feeling of learning to balance both sides of an energy, a person, negative and the positive is what I'm getting, just both sides of something to bring you to truth. So what I'm getting here is there was or could have been a possibility, because they're bringing me to the color on this side, like the fire energy. The fire color is orangey, yellow, red. They're bringing me to this like lower chakra movement energy over here. There's no judgments here, just this is where there's coming from, and this for me feels like it's the fourth and above chakras moving. So it feels like this sort of has been integrated in the way that it needs to be integrated in some respect, and now what's transforming within you, or how it's going right now, is you, again, it's like it's balancing now. Instead of this being so heavily activated, the lower chakra, so to speak. Now it's getting like some of this fire energy is getting pushed up. That's how they're showing it to me. I hope that metaphor, excuse me, that visual makes sense. There's really something about you unearthing a truth within you. You clearly seeing something that may have been in the subconscious that is now being brought up to the surface for you to recalibrate and balance for, I guess, the better outcome, for the outcome you desire. There's an epiphany of sorts in this reading. This is very cool, Paul, too. Interesting. Okay, so we are going to, moving this over a bit, we are going to look into what still needs to be integrated for this transformation, and we're going to get 4 more cards. So, my loves, it really is feeling like I said, there was a piece of information, something that you were privy to, something very practical, and now how it's going is you are recalibrating that information now. Distributing it throughout your system for you to feel more complete, whole, balanced, etc. But it's like, it feels like you're diving into your past for you to understand a little bit more clearly why this was your choice of method. You know, again, there's no judgment. It's just we got to do what we got to do. You know what I mean? So, but regardless, it just feels like now you're like, oh, I see why this was my option or my only option, or why I felt like this was the best way for me to ABCD. You know? Beautiful. Okay, so we're getting 4 cards to find out what still needs to be integrated for pile 2. One more. Ooh. So I saw this first. So we have 8 of fire, 8 of wands, the star, Knight of oceans, Knight of cups, and Wheel of fortune. Oh, it's so good. So my loves, what I feel still needs to be integrated, or is still being integrated, I should say. How would I word this? It's coming back to this like fiery energy that I was getting before, like this impetus from the lower chakras up. It feels like you are learning to direct that energy, as I said, dispersing it throughout so that you can, again, be more sovereign. Literally what I said. So this 8 of wands, 8 of fire and the star, that's what that energy feels like to me. And this Knight of cups here is, again, bringing the emotional into play now, as opposed to it being a little bit more, let's say we're going a little bit more into the feminine energy. Let me put it that way. So you're infusing the masculine energy with more of the feminine energy. That's how I'd like to word it. And with that particular integration, once it gets fully integrated, this Wheel of Fortune, it's like all of the colors that you can see here, as what I feel anyways. This rainbow and plethora of colors, this cycle of things, this integration of self, this movement within and without, being able to direct one's life more precisely. You know, there's this beautiful energy of allowing this transformation to fully integrate into the body. So you're doing it. Like I said, you are already doing this. I just feel like this is all that's still waiting. Like there's nothing extra. There's no extra layer, is what I'm getting at. It's just that this is still in the process. So because you're still discovering the whys, the hows, the decisions, the choices, once that's all become clear, you begin to really truly know how, quite literally, to integrate that energy throughout your whole system. And I think that's what that Nine of Swords energy for you is probably more specifically about. I don't feel like it's so much about the anxiety that can be associated with that card. I just feel like it's a lot of thoughts that you're like, wow, there's a lot to think about. That's what this feels like more than anxiety or anxiousness about it. You can, obviously, there's going to be some things that you're going to feel uncomfortable with, and when it comes to addressing self and it comes to addressing your own shadows and choices we've made, but it doesn't feel that heavy in this play out of cards anyhow. So my lovelies, I really, really feel that you are giving yourself the opportunity to emotionally evolve because of clarity on something, on a decision, on actions, on people. It doesn't matter. Like, there's something that was given to you that in some regard that gave you this epiphany, and you ran towards it, you know, like curious as F. And then underneath your deck, look at this Ace of Fire. Like I'm telling you, like ready to go about it. Like there's a lot of push, you know? And that's why I think Spirit's just like, there's just this integration of this feminine energy, as I'm putting it, a little bit more stillness, a little bit more receptivity, a little bit more observation, you know, into the doing. That's amazing. So let's see, like I've been talking about, this feels like mainly for you like a piece of information, some sort of wisdom gained, you know, in however way this might be, in whatever context this must be. So I'm looking into asking the shamanic healing cards on how it started, what this was really about. Creativity, number 39. Interesting. So like I said, maybe it's about a way in which you went about something before. There was something that you didn't catch before. It's like, I get it now. And you're taking that information to go about do it again. It's also about collaborations. It could be about partnerships. It could be about how you create your own dynamics or what you go after. There is that energy within this too. So in some form, it has to do with your creativity, which is that fiery spark, that energy. Maybe it's coming down to understanding where you might lose focus because it's sparks or something like that. You know, maybe you might be one of those people who are really great at starting, not so great at ending things, you know, when it comes to your creative expression. Could be one of those things too. So there might be some extra elements in there too. Lovely. And then how it's going, what's this really about? Like I said, I feel like this is the infusion of more of the feminine energy into that doing creative energy. And we have truth. Woo. Truth. Yeah, my love. So again, it's a truth of self. Like I said, discovered something about something. Like I'm telling you. And whatever that truth is that fire that is lighting you, this creativity, that curiosity, that wanting to like, it's almost like finally given the peace to finish the last bits of a project, which is what I was talking about here. Like maybe not feeling like this is the right thing in the right time or whatever. But this is about information, you know, that you received about yourself in some capacity for sure. I love that. You guys got to let me know though, because this is so many variables here, Paul, too. Amazing. So to get your closing messages, my beautiful collective, I hope this served you. We are looking into angel cards or angel numbers, and we're going to find out energetically, numerologically, where you may have been when you started, how it's going, and where you're going to. All right. Okay, I was going to do 1, 2. They're like, these are for the same one. Okay, got it. So you have number 11. I am intuitive. You have keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. And I am optimistic. Number 555. A major shift is about to come into your lore life experience and change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. That's exactly what happened. That tapped into whatever that intuitive hit was that you saw. You ran with it. Like I said, I'm just seeing you sprinting. Like that's, I don't know, is there a card that somebody's running here that I'm feeling that ish, but you're going this way. I'm feeling you sprint. Like that's what I'm seeing. Interesting. Okay, how's it going? You have number 3. I am charismatic. Expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversation and creative pursuits. You are able to get others on board with your ideas. I am charismatic. I think this more has this is you, but I think more this has to do with you getting yourself on board with these particular ideas that you've discovered about yourself. Again, this might be like, I am really charismatic. You might be like really just seeing that about yourself right now. You know, who knows? However, there is something that's really beautiful. Again, there's a lot of creative expression for you, my lovelies. So there is something that you're definitely honoring, you're going into, and what's to come. Number 13, I am confident. You are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. I am confident. How perfect. How perfect. 1 in the 3, 13. So my lovely collective of pile 2, it genuinely feels like there is this transformation about yourself that you have recognized. They have emphasized that this strongly about your creative expression and however that plays out in your life, your awareness of what you saw, how you're, again, transforming it and naturally making it into something glorious and magnificent. Very connected and really truly on your path of evolution. It's really beautiful. So my collective, underneath your deck, you have 444. I love it. I am protected. This is to come, right? Trust you're always protected, but the bottom of the deck energy is just like a little reminder. This is to come. This is behind the scenes. This is in the shadows too. Trust your journey. Trust the way your life is unfolding. Excuse me. Trust the way your life unfolds. I'm just making up words here. And trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. I am protected. That is right, my lovely. I am sending you the most amount of love. As I said, I hope this reading served you. Please let me know how this applied to your life. I'm sending you the most amount of love. Ciao. Hello, my pile 3s who chose the Ace of Cups with the Cobalt Calcite. So we're looking at the shamanic healing oracle cards at the very end of your reading. We're using all new decks today for today's reading and one deck for the bulk of our messages from the Lost Forest Tarot. So on this side, we're looking at how this particular transformation that's occurring within you began, how it started, and then we're looking at how it's going on this side, and then we'll look at what still needs to be integrated after that. So we're just going to start off with the first 2. All right, my collective of pile 3. What I'm feeling, pile 3, for you on the transformation occurring within you, on how it started, it almost feels like you, I don't want to say impulsively, but it may have been impulsive. But it feels like you took off or went towards an idea, a want, a desire of some kind. And I'm not sure if just universally Spirit tried to slow you down, or if you found just blockages and delays at every chance or opportunity you tried to take towards this desire. So it feels like you went after something and then, you know, felt like it was going, but then something went out of balance. And then you kind of were distraught or had a setback emotionally, didn't feel like you could get there, and then progress again just sort of halted. So I don't know if it was multiple attempts or one specific attempt, almost as if let's say, for example, for this example, you have friends in the industry, they're like, you're perfect for this role, you're right in there, all you got to do is like just send this in, everything's finalized. It comes down to you going to, let's say, a meeting per se to just like get everything fully in your hands and in writing, and then you find out that there's, you know, such and such and such is added now. Oh, we can't do it this way now. Oh, now you have to compete against somebody else now. You know, like, again, not to say that this was just given to you, but there was something that you were privy to, or that you went after assuming that you had it already, or that it was good. I don't know how else to describe this feeling that I'm getting. I don't know if it had a little bit of wishful thinking and maybe too much trust in that particular person or energy, but there's something about that being the beginning of this particular transformation for you. Whatever it is that you were desiring, there is some sort of false hope associated with that you may not have seen, that you didn't want to see, or that you just, again, maybe trusted too much or too genuinely, or took their word to gospel. I'm not sure. There's no blame here, just a matter of like what that was for you. Interesting, pile 3. Because I'm also looking here at the Ace of Cups and the Cobalt Calcite, which is like that joyous love, self-love too. You know, maybe there is some energy about filling up your own cup, finding your own opportunities, going after things that you really desire, as opposed to maybe what somebody might think may be best for you or right for you. It's interesting. We'll get some more. We'll find out. How it's going, however, is 2 of Earth, Ten of Fire, 10 of Wands. The Ascended. This is an extra card in this deck. Page of Coins, excuse me, Page of Oceans, Page of Cups. Three of Skies, 3 of Swords in the reverse. And the Moon. The Moon's come out for everybody today. So my loves, how I feel like it's going is pretty good. I feel like you are allowing yourself to forgive yourself, rebalancing your emotions again, trying to let go of the burdens or the, like I said, the setbacks or the delays or the downfalls or the mishaps that happened, and transforming, ascending past that particular energy. You are healing the past hurts, like I said, the past disappointments specifically for you, and you are allowing yourself to feel it. Like, I don't think you're bypassing, is what I'm getting at, the hurt it may have caused, or your hastiness or your actions, however this may have played out. I feel like you are really truly allowing yourself to offer yourself up another opportunity to change the way that you approached going after certain desires. And how, even though it may not have been your intention to come across needy or desperate, maybe that energy was translated as such. Therefore, maybe somehow unconsciously or subconsciously sabotaging energetically what was thought to be a right energetic match for you. Whether that be through work, through partnerships, through love, friendships, etc. So I feel like it's going really well. I think you're in a really healthy place when it comes to the awareness, acknowledgement, and acceptance of what has happened, what's occurred, who you are wanting to become, and again, how you're evolving. You're very finely tuned into your own past patterns, is how I'd word it. And I think now you're really addressing a particular pattern of yours that did not serve you, whether that be just because of eagerness. And eagerness is not a bad thing, right? But again, how people perceive and use that type of energy and our own excitement and our trust can lead us into situations where we didn't want to be, or didn't think we would be, or miss those particular manipulation signs, you know? Been there. That's interesting, pile 3. So I feel like this beautiful transformation, again, like I said, it's about you acknowledging something about how you approach something. And it feels like approaching something that you truly desired. So that can be across the board or a specific event or instance in your life. Very cool, pile 3. So let's find out what's still being integrated as this is still occurring in you, as this transformation is still occurring in you. We have 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles. Page of Skies, Page of Swords. Queen of Earth, Queen of Pentacles. Oh yeah, and the Empress. Love that. So as you're continuing, like I said, I think you're in a really healthy, beautiful place. What's still going to be integrated and still needs to be integrated is, again, about your own stability, foundation, possibly your net environment, family, whatever that is, but a truth about particular upbringing, past. It can be that too. It can have significantly to do about remothering yourself in some way, but it's also about, I feel more specifically, of grounding in the truth of who you are. You have a lot of beautiful, strong, in my opinion, strong, grounded, earthy, feminine energy. The Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, that 10 of Earth, and that Page of Skies is like that innocent truth. That's the way I want to word it. Innocent curiosity, that wonderment, you know, all of that is beautiful. My fridge decides to speak too. So, what I'm feeling for you that still needs to be integrated here is just the end part of this transformation. I think where this transformation that you're in right now, how it's going, will eventually lead you to, and I think it will start here in particular. It feels like it goes like this. You know, that's this realization within brings you to this beautiful, innocent truth that makes you or allows you to reroot or reparent or reground or reconnect with the self in some very tangible, earthy, grounded, beautiful way. And that Queen of Pentacles energy is just beautifully stable, nurturing, knows when to put in hard work and when to relax. That Empress is all of the above, you know, but very strong and comforting is the words I would use. A strong comfort within the self. It's like a beautiful sense of this same eagerness that I feel. That's why I didn't want to say that it was like hasty, but it could have been. But that knowing that what pushed you to go after that desire is what now has got matured. In other words, that's what this feels like. It's like this wasn't wrong. This energy wasn't wrong, you know, by any means. It was too early or not fully developed in some capacity. So that's what they're bringing into focus for you when it comes to this particular transformation and what still needs to be integrated within this transformation that's occurring. But it really does feel like, my lovely collective, that there was delays, hiccups, setbacks, boundaries, rejections, you know, that were either Spirit's way of intervening, like I said, so that you could slow down and look at this from a different perspective, or address it now in a different way to fully master the self, quite literally. When it comes to ambition too, you know, when it comes to that kind of mastery of your ambition and how you go about it, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what you like, what you noticed, what you recognize, what you missed, you know, all of that beautiful stuff. Underneath the deck, you have, yeah, Eight of Earth. Speak about mastery, right? The mastery of your craft, whatever that might be. And the craft in this particular instance is your life and whatever it is that you may have desired. Or may desire, not may have, may desire. I love that. This is amazing. Okay, so as I was saying, I was talking about desires. I was talking about this feeling of mastery of self, of truly forgiving the self, of recognizing, learning from your past. However, the shamanic healing cards are going to let us know how this started, why this started in the way it did and what it's really about. It's all good. That's so funny. It's all good. This is so funny because this is what I was getting at. It's like, even though you messed up, like what you wanted, like I was telling you, this innate chariot energy is not a bad thing, but it's almost like it wasn't ready yet, but it's all good because now it has brought you to this energy of, oh, I recognize this. This is why the obstacles were here. It was for me to create either better boundaries around myself, around my craft, around my eagerness, or, asking more questions, not being afraid to be, in some regard, disliked, accepting the rejection as a redirection, as they say, and that's what I feel with this is all good. And as it leads you into this transformation energy over here, we have grounding. That's exactly right. Like I keep talking about this very grounded, rooted, strong comfort. It's all good. And so because of that energy, you have been able to integrate all these elements within self. Earth, air, fire, water, ethers now. And that Ace of Cups, again, filling up your own cup in some way, which is, again, me feeling this energy of sovereignty within self, of mastery within self. You have 9-9 here also, again, which is very interesting with grounding, and it's all good, 18 and 36. So a very spiritual energy too, feels very pilgrimagey, very deep. But that's what's really occurring right now. And it feels like that's where this started, or how I should say this started. But you're doing beautifully, my lovely. And knowing that this is to come, this beautiful, innocent sense of clarity that leads you into a really beautiful, solid, grounded energy. It's so lovely. Okay, so to close off your messages, we are looking at your angel numbers and where you may have been numerologically, energetically when it started, where you're at, where you're headed. Let's get it. Pile 3. 4. That came out for Pile 2 at some point. So where it started, you bring stability and rationality to any situation. You are the rock, and your hard work and perseverance make you a dependable friend, partner, and colleague. I am stable. So this is what this is. So maybe this didn't rock you as much as, maybe that's why you didn't see it. Oh, I see. Okay, Pile 3. So what I'm getting here, this is so interesting. It feels like if this is who you are, like quite literally, you are this stable being, and this rationale and this hard work and perseverance that makes you dependable. You probably didn't even see that it wasn't working. It was just like, okay, another obstacle, let's find another way. Okay, this kid's find another way, but maybe not recognizing that, this is happening for a reason, more so than it not wanting to work out. I need to slow down and look at something again, which brought you back into your own stability. Very interesting. Okay, how it's going. Number 22, I am aligned. Get it. With that ascended in there too. You are in possession of incredible creative powers, and it is assured that you can achieve anything you wish. I am aligned. Yes, my friend, you are. And will continue to be. 4 again, 4 again. 9-9. Love that. And then where you're going. 1 foot. Nope. Number 7, I am brilliant. Love it. You possess a very refined mind and a deep urge to uncover life's mysteries. Your ability to acquire vast knowledge on both the informational and spiritual planes gives you a greater awareness than most. I am brilliant. And that's that 7 energy with that chariot too from the jump. You know, that brilliance was never the issue here. It was about how we found that stability in the brilliance, how we aligned with that particular brilliance in our approach and in our environment, in our love expression, in our work. That's going to now bring out this beautiful brilliance. I love it by 3. Get it? And then underneath your deck, yes. So another deck, another pile had this too. You are protected, my lovelies. Trust your journey, trust the way your life unfolds, and trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. I am protected. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Love it. Okay, my lovelies. I hope this reading served you. I am sending you the most amount of love. Please let me know how this resonated and if it resonated. And if you choose to, of course. I'm sending you so much love. Ciao, guys.